Welcome to our next lecture, that is lecture 7 of unit 1 of human anatomy physiology subject. The topic of today's lecture is again the classification of tissues, structure and location, functions of nervous tissue. Okay students, so today we will discuss in detail what are the neural or nervous tissue and its location, where these are found and their specialized functions. So, coming to the nervous tissue, according to its name, here the nervous tissue, the cells which involved in the nervous system are highly specialized, where these are highly specialized to transmit the electrical impulses throughout the body. Okay. So, I hope you know about the CNS and PNS, capital CNS and PNS. Yes, CNS stands for central nervous system, while PNS is the peripheral nervous system. It is the two types of nervous system we are talking about. So, the nervous tissue, here the cells which form this nervous or neural tissues are having very specialized function. What function is this? To transmit the electrical impulses throughout the body via generating and releasing various different neurotransmitters. Okay. So, there are two main type of cells which are involved in the formation of nervous tissue. The first one is the neurons and the second one is the glial cells, and the first one is the neuron cells. Okay. So, one by one neuron cells tend to have a large cell body. In our later slides we will discuss its structure in detail. So, the main center cell, the main body of the neuron is named as soma, S-O-M-A, those soma cell body cells of neuron, and it is having a long tail like projection which is required and used for the transmitting information via the help of various neurotransmitters. Okay. These long projections are referred to as axons or dendrites. The axons, what axons will do? This axonal part sends the impulses away from the main body, that is soma, while the dendrites carry incoming impulse information to the neuron. Okay. Remember this term. What axons will do? Axons carry or send impulse information away from the central body of the neuron, while the dendrites or dendron carry incoming information towards the soma or the main cell body of a neuron. So, neurons are most easily identified by their axons in either longitudinal or sometimes cross sectional slide, okay, under the microscope only. So, group of neurons are referred to as ganglia. Remember this word, ganglia. What is this? Group of several neurons, when collectively combined, they make a single ganglia in the PNS, peripheral nervous system, and here in the CNS it is termed as nuclei. Okay. So, in the ANS it is termed as ganglia, while in CNS, central nervous system, it is named as nuclei. Okay. What will named as? The group, collection of various neurons. Now, coming to the very neat and clean structure of nerve cell. See the structure of nerve cell. This is the soma, or we can say cell body. Okay. See, this is written here, cell body. Inside this we are having prominent nucleus, and in center of the nucleus we are having nucleolus. okay, which carried the genetic DNA material. This projections you will see around the soma is dendrites. See this, dendrites. So many, we can say in a plural form it is termed as dendrite. If we are talking about singular, it is dendron. This is dendron and the plural is dendrites. So, this is cell body or soma, this is nucleus, beneath this nucleolus. Coming to this point, this is axon where it is starting. This long projection is the axon. Okay. Then there is one covering which is known as myelin sheath. Okay. This myelin sheath is required for the transmission of impulses or information from one neuron to the another. So, this is myelin sheath, and inside this myelin sheath you are seeing this cell like structure which is Schwann cell, and between this myelin sheath structures there is binding or tube like structure which is the node of Ranvier, and here you will see at the terminal portion this is axonal terminal, and this after this terminal one knob like structures are there, students, which is known as synaptic knob. And this knob, synaptic knob, is required for the joining of further second neuron to the previous neuron molecule, or we can say neuron cell. Okay. So, for transmission of information or the impulses, we need this synaptic knob, so that after the one neuron ends, the second neuron will join to receive the information which is needed to be transmitted via this neuronal mechanism. So, coming to this diagram, this is very good clear diagram which will clear you all the parts of a single neuron along with its specialized functions. So, say this dendrites, here the dendrites hair like projections, this what it will do? This dendrites will receive the signals which is acting as input signals coming from the previous neurons from the another cells. After this we are having cell body or also known as soma. This cell body organizes itself and keep the cell functioning. Okay. It will maintain the cell, neuronal cell, to keep maintaining its function regularly. Then this is the outer membrane which is cell membrane. The envelope or membrane, why it is required you already know, this is for the protection of the cell. Then this inverted triangular structures you will see here, it is the axon, this structure, axon hillock. Okay. This axon hillocks generate various impulses inside the neuron. Okay. And this axon hillock is required for the generation of this long projection which is axon structure. Then we are having this joining of these two nodes, and this is known as node of Ranvier, and this node of Ranvier is required for maintaining the diffusion process of various small ions inside the cell as well as out of the cells. Okay. And inside this blue circular shape you will have Schwann cells, and this Schwann cells produces the myelin sheath. Okay. In the center we are having nucleus. This nucleus controls the entire neuron functioning. After this axon hillock, there is starting of axons, and these axons transfers signals to other cells and other organs, and this is the myelin sheath. Okay. The covering boundary membrane is the myelin sheath. What this myelin sheath will do? This myelin sheath increases the speed of the signal transmission from one neuron to the another. It passes or increases the speed of the neuronal or impulse transmission, signal transmission. At the end we are having axon terminals, and this axon terminals forms various junctions with other cells, and at the bottom of this axon terminals we are having synapse. Synapse is the joining site of one neuron, the previous neuron, with that of the second or the another next neuron. Now, coming to the various type of nerve cells. See here, I have collected 6 main different nerve cells, nervous cells. The first one is the ependymal cells, oligodendrocytes. Then according to its structure, it is, see this structure, it is not looking like satellite, students. So, according to their structure, this is named as satellite cells. Then we are having astrocytes, microglial cells and Schwann cells. Okay. So, these are different 6 types of nerve cells. Now, coming to nerve cell body, or we can say the soma part of the neuron. It is also known as perikaryon or soma. It contains the nucleus and the nucleolus inside them, and it is considered as the major biosynthetic center. So, biosynthetic means what it will synthesize, students? Yes, it will synthesize various neurotransmitters or sometimes also the endogenous release mediators. Okay. So, it is the focal point for the outgrowth of neuronal processes. Neuronal processes means the other cell organelles and the structures which we had just seen in the neuron diagram, like myelin sheath, node of Ranvier, neurolimal cells, Schwann cells. These are neuronal processes. It has no centriole. Remember this point. This is very much important. The cell body or the soma does not contain any centriole. Hence, it is amitotic in nature. Okay. Means this soma cells not going the cell under the cell division or amitotic in nature. It has well developed Nissl body, small dotted, you will see Nissl structures are there, which is nothing, only the same as RER. So, what is RER? Rough endoplasmic reticulum, or we can say the endoplasmic reticulum along with the ribosomal units. It contains an axon hillock, the inverted triangular shape, cone like structures from which the further longitudinal long structure of axons are arising. So, coming to various cell bodies, or we can say the neuronal processes of a single neuron. So, here there is an arm like extension just connected with that of the main cell body, or we can say the soma. There are 2 types of processes. The first one is the axon and the second one is named as dendrites. So, the axons are sometimes myelinated, sometimes non-myelinated, long projections of axons are there. So, myelinated axons are known as tracts, T-R-A-C-T-S. Myelinated axons are named as tracts in the central nervous system, and if we are talking about PNS, peripheral nervous system, it is considered as nerve. Okay. Just see the difference. If we are talking about the central nervous system, the myelinated axons are termed as tracts. Okay. In case of PNS, peripheral nervous system, it is named as nerves. Okay. Now, coming to the structure of dendrites. Dendrites are the short structured, just opposite to that of the axons, and having tapering processes, narrowing hair like projections. They are the repetitive, or we can say it is the input where the signals can input in them regions of the neuron. Here the electrical signals are conveyed as graded potential, but not as the action potential. Okay. So, what is action potential? The potential, or we can say the minimum energy which is required to start any change in the physiological phenomena. Okay. Like for example, in case of, if we are talking about cell membrane or plasma membrane, we are having different action potential curves like hyperbolic curve, in which we include the depolarization process, then repolarization, and if it goes beyond the minus 70 millivolt, we are having the hyperpolarization curves in the cell membrane. Okay. Then coming to structures of axon. The axons are slender processes of uniform diameter, and this axonal longitudinal chain arising from the axon hillock. Okay. The long axons are known as nerve fibers. Usually there is only one unbranched axon per neuron. Remember this, there is only single neuron, unbranched axon is present in a single neuron. So, what is the need of this unbranched axon here? From this unbranched axon, there is formation of collaterals, means the another branch of the longitudinal long axonal chain will arise from this unbranched axon. Okay. Then just see the axon collaterals. See this diagram, students. This is the nucleus and this is the dendritic soma cell body. Here we are having axon hillock, and after that there is structure of longitudinal long chain of axon. Okay. And this is the axonal terminals ending with the synaptic knob. Okay. So, what is here axon collaterals? Axon collateral is nothing, it is the one again chain of single axon, the again next branching of this axon and ending with the axonal terminal. And what is telodendria? Telodendria is the small circular projection at the axonal terminal, students. Okay. So, where the axon ends, at the terminal end, we are having telodendria. What it will do? It will give attraction or the attachment sites to the next dendritic cells, or we can say the another neuronal body. And in last we are having axonal terminal or ending with the synaptic knobs. Now, coming to the functions of axon. It generates and transmits the action potential. The axon helps in the secretion of various neurotransmitters. So many different types of neurotransmitters we are having. These may be excitatory neurotransmitters and some are having inhibitory neurotransmitters like adrenaline, GABA, acetylcholine, glycine, glutamate. So, we are having so many different kinds of neurotransmitters. What axon will do? They can secrete, generate, biosynthesize these neurotransmitters with the help of soma cell body, and it reaches to the axonal terminal from one neuron to the another. It will also help in the movement of axonal body via two ways. The first one is the anterograde movement process. Anterograde means, students, towards the message transfer towards the axonal terminal at the end of the neuron body, while the opposite one, retrograde, it means just opposite to the axonal terminal we are having soma cell body, means the message or impulse transmitted towards the main cell body. Okay. This is the retrograde movement of the axons. Now, coming to the another neuronal processes, the myelin sheath. It is whitish in color and composed of fatty, basically the protein and the lipid moieties, segmented sheath, or we can say envelope covering around most of the long arranged longitudinal axonal body. Its function is to protect the axon, and it also electrically insulate the axonal neuronal fibers from one neuronal body to the another neuronal body. It increases the speed of nerve impulse transmission. This is very much important function of myelin sheath. I hope you all must remember this point. Okay. So, myelin sheath increases the speed of nerve impulse transmission. Then myelin sheath and the presence of neuroluma. This myelin sheath is formed by the Schwann cells which is present in the peripheral nervous system. So, what Schwann cell will do? Schwann cell is the envelope of a single axon, and it encloses or make a boundary above the axon along with its plasma membrane. This Schwann cell has concentric layers of membrane, plasma membrane, that make up the myelin sheath. Okay. Now, coming to next neuronal processes, that is node of Ranvier. So, the node of Ranvier is also named as neurofibril nodes. Neurofibril nodes. So, what does it will do? The neurofibril nodes is required to make a gap in the myelin sheath, or it is just located in between the myelin sheath and adjacent to the Schwann cells, and these are the sites where the axon collaterals can emerge. So, axon collaterals are nothing. After the soma cell body, we are having this axon hillock from where the axon longitudinal long chain will arises and ends with the axonal terminals. The collaterals is nothing, the axon collaterals is the branching of this longitudinal axonal body is either towards the right hand side, okay, or sometimes towards the left hand side. So, this is axonal collaterals, axon collaterals can emerge. What it will do? It will passes the message or impulse to the next neuronal body. Now, coming to another unmyelinated axons. Unmyelinated, as its name tells, the myelin sheath is absent in this axons. So, here a Schwann cells surround the nerve fibers, but the Schwann cell here is not able to coil, okay, not folding itself. So, the coiling will not takes place and the myelin sheath will not formed. So, the axon will remain as unmyelinated axon body. The Schwann cell partially encloses 15, sometimes 15 or sometimes more than this number axons in their longitudinal axonal body. It is required to conduct the nerve impulse very slowly. So, this is the difference between myelinated axons and the unmyelinated axonal body. In case of myelinated sheet, if there is present, which is the boundary or outer covering of axons, there you will see there is conduction of nerve impulses very fast, as in case of unmyelinated, this is very slow impulse conduction from one neuron, or we can say the pre-neurotic cells to the post neuron. Okay. So, this is all about the nervous muscle or neuronal muscle. Now, let us revise again about these neuronal cells. So, come to this slide, the structure slide. Just we have revised or repeat this slide. Coming to the structure of nerve cell. Okay. It is very much clear, this is the dendron, the first starting part is the dendron, or we can say dendrites. Okay. The next longitudinal chain is the axonal longitudinal body. In the dendrons, we are having dendrites. After this, the cell body, the main body is termed as cell body or the soma, and inside this we are having nucleus and nucleolus, which contain their genetic material and required for the well smooth functioning of a neuronal cell. And coming to this longitudinal axonal body, this is having axon 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you will see 4 subunits of axons, which is covered by a myelin sheath, and in between this axonal body we are having Schwann cells, okay, and in between two axonal bodies we are having a tube like connecting gap junction, which is nothing but the node of Ranvier. Okay. Before axonal arises, there is axon hillock, which gives generation of the further longitudinal chain made up of various axons, and these axons at the end finished as axonal terminals along with the synaptic knobs. This synapse give binding site with the next neuronal body, so that the impulses which are generated can be conducted from one neuron to another, and so that the impulse transmission will occur via this electrical change. Now, coming to the various important functions which we had discussed right now, just we have to revise again what are its structures, functions. So, the dendrites, what is its function? Yes, it receives the signals which is acting as input unit coming from the pre-neuronal site from the another cells. Then coming to the soma, or we can say cell body, it organizes and keeps the cell, complete neuronal cell functioning. Okay. Now, coming to the cell membrane, this complete soma body is covered via a plasma or cell membrane. So, same as cell we already studied, the cell membrane function is to protect the entire cell. After this, we are having axon hillock. Axon hillock generate the impulses inside the neuronal body. Then we have node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier allows the diffusion of ions inside as well as outside of the cell, this neuronal cell. Then we have Schwann cell. The Schwann cell produces the myelin sheath, okay, for the myelinated axonal body. So, if the axonal bodies are covering with myelin sheath, they are having more speed for the impulse transmission, and if it is the axonal body is demyelinated, or we can say non-myelinated in nature, the conduction of impulse is slows down. Now, we are having inside this soma body the central body nucleus. This nucleus controls the functioning of entire neuron. The axon will transfer the signal from other neuronal cells and organs. This myelin sheath increases the speed of the signal conduction. At the end, we are having axon terminal. This axon terminal forms the junction between the other cells. Junction means a small gap, so that synapse is there. Via this synapse, the other neuronal dendritic dendrons will get bind with this pre-neuronal body, and so that the nerves which is conducted, impulse which is generated can transfer from one neuron to the another, and like this the message can be passed throughout our body. Via this mechanism or the pathway, the neuronal or nerve cell will work, okay, via CNS and ANS, central nervous system and autonomic nervous system, with the release of several neurotransmitters. This is all about today's lecture. See you. Take care. Bye bye.